Hey, I'm Rogue. I'm a rocker from Kingston, Ontario, and you're listening to Hank Jr. on Hank's Corner.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Hank's Corner, brought to you by the Tiki Cove in Land O'Lakes, Florida. I'm your host, Hank Jr. You know, I'm part of Hank Jr. Productions, where I'm documenting life's moments through photography, videography, and, of course, podcasting. And we are going back across the border up north again to visit Canada. Please welcome to the show, Rogue. Rogue, welcome to Hank's Corner.
Thank you.
Well, I'm so glad that you're here because you are actually a newer artist that I just found. And one of the things that, really excited me about is your guitar playing skills. And, you got that guitar right there. Tell me a little bit about, your role as far as, you play on your own, correct? But then you're also a member of a band.
Yeah, so it's interesting because I started off as just a guitarist. Like, I thought that's all I can do. I thought I can't sing at all. Like I can write music, I can play guitar, that's my thing. So yeah, I'm in a girl band, an all-girl band. We're called the Petras. So I play guitar for them, I songwrite, I also do sing some backups. But I've also started working on my own solo project. So I have an EP that's going to be coming out sometime this year. We'll start releasing some singles.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that. And, I want to make sure that, right off the bat that I'm letting the viewers know that they have to check you out because, like I said, you are a hidden gem to me, but you are rocking it up there in Canada, that's for sure. And what part of Canada are you calling in from?
So I'm in Ontario, specifically Kingston.
Okay. And I'm assuming it's still freezing up there compared to what it is here in Florida.
Oh, yeah, we still got some snow on the ground.
And is that a good thing or is that something you just get tired of?
Honestly, I do like the snow. I find it really pretty. And yeah, like I actually recently did a photo shoot in the snow just because I think it's so nice, so like sparkly and peaceful.
Okay. And you mentioned photo shoot. I got all these pictures behind me. And as a photographer, I like to promote other photographers. So who does your photography and videography work?
Okay, so originally I actually took some photography and some film and stuff like that in high school. So I was really into that. I used to make films actually.
Wow.
But now it's just like my mom or dad, like whoever can help me out that day, basically.
Okay. Well, that definitely works. I'm assuming they're doing it for free, so you can't beat that.
Yeah, they're awesome. They're so supportive.
Oh, that's awesome. Like I said, I definitely do love photography. So enough about the photography stuff. Let's talk about what you got coming up because you got an album that's coming up, in the works. Hopefully maybe spring, maybe summer it's coming out. We're looking for it. And one of the songs that you have on there is called Hard Way. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so this song it's a really like hard rocking song. It's got some great guitar in there, I think. So basically, like the message behind it is, I like to learn things the hard way. I've had instances where people will warn me, like, "Oh, that's not a good choice," but knowing me, I'm gonna do things my way, and if it's wrong, then I'll learn it the hard way.
Well, sometimes that's the way it goes. And so this is, kind of inspired by your life then.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, now I heard, and I see the guitar there. Are you going to give us a sneak peek and maybe play a little bit of that for us?
Yeah, I can play you a clip.
All right. Well, let's do that. Here's Rogue here on Hank's Corner playing Hard Way.
I'm gonna burn it down all in a heartbeat. I learned the hard way.
Well, welcome back to Hank's Corner. I'm your host, Hank Jr., here with my special guest, Rode, and you just heard her single that may be released in the near future called Hard Way. Now, let's back up a little bit. So, now this is kind of like a big project, but when did you actually get started into the music industry and how did that go for you?
Yeah, so I played a little bit as a child. I played like some guitar and stuff like that. See, I grew up in like a very musical family. Like my grandfather, he built violins. My grandmother played piano. My dad plays guitar. Like just lots of music everywhere. So I grew up with lots of like a really good environment. Like my parents were always playing great music. And yeah, I guess it was my dad playing the guitar that inspired me to learn it. So I started, it was like high school area where I started to really get interested in playing it. So I think it was grade 12 when I finally bought my first guitar. And since then, it was like a couple months. And then I just knew that this is what I wanted to do. Like as soon
Okay.
as I started playing the guitar, I started writing songs. I'm like, yes, this is what I should be doing with my life.
So I'm guessing, talking about the musical family that you probably have. I know you have to work at it, but you probably have a lot of natural talent that's kind of flowed in there, correct?
I would say, yeah, I have like a good ear for learning things. Like normally when I learn songs, I don't learn it from music. Like I'll just listen to it, like listen to a solo or something and figure it out.
And so, did everybody pretty much in your family, do the music thing, or was there somebody that just kind of went a totally different direction?
Well, I mean, my brother, he has a good ear, but he's gone into computer science. He's doing
Okay.
really well for himself, but yeah, completely different area.
Okay, because I always wondered about that because you don't always necessarily follow in the footsteps of your parents or your family. Sometimes you kind of break away, but it sounds like you're doing really well, and I'm glad that you did that. And as time would pass by, you said you started getting into high school. I don't know how it was for you, but picking up that guitar and doing that, did that make you a cooler person there?
I would say I've always had that cool person inside of me, but just picking up the guitar helped other people see that.
Yeah, because I've always talked to the artist, and it was either one of two things. Either the music helped them get more popular, so to speak, with the kids there. But other ones who didn't feel the popularity would also use the music kind of to let their emotions go out on a piece of paper and then into music form. And it was kind of a comfort crutch thing if they weren't doing that. Do you do that too? Do you put emotions through your music?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was a very, very quiet child. Like, there were teachers who would basically never hear me speak. So, yeah, I didn't have like too many friends. I always sort of kept to myself, that kind of thing. But the way that I speak is through my music. Like, I can write lyrics, I can sing them. I feel like I can explain what's going on in my mind a lot better through the music.
Okay. Yeah, and that's awesome. I've always been jealous about musicians that can do that, or even the writers that can write about it. The only thing that I'm good at writing is maybe business papers or maybe even a book report, that sort of thing. That's how I excelled in my high school days. But I do find it a little bit of a good jealousy that artists can do that because I can't, and so people like me have to rely on you guys to put that out there and do it for us. And of course, music does captivate in many different ways, whether it's a joyful thing or a heartbreak thing, that sort of thing. What type of music kind of influenced you?
Hmm. Like my favorite artist?
Yeah, whether the artists or genres.
Yeah, so I've always been into rock. I mean, as a kid, I like some more poppy stuff. I even like some country now, some metal, all that kind of stuff. But like the main artists, my favorite band is Guns N' Roses, mainly
Okay.
because of Slash. I just find his guitar playing is amazing. Like he puts so much emotion into it. Like he always plays like the right notes at the right times. He's my idol, I guess, for guitar.
Yeah,
But
so you probably wanted to be in that commercial. I don't know if you saw it up there in Canada where he gets picked to be in the band, like you're in right away. So that would have been a perfect choice for you then to say, "Hey, Slash, you're joining us."
Yeah, like Sweet Child of Mine, that was the song that like really like made me get so far into guitar. Like that opening riff, as soon as I hear that, like there's just so many emotions that go through me. Cause that was like that song. So I learned the solo on my own because my guitar teacher told me like, "Oh no, that's too hard a solo. Like you can't learn that yet." And I said no. So I like went home, learned it on my own, and then played it for him. He's like, "Okay, that's actually pretty good." And then I got to play that in like a concert, like a recital.
And how long did it take you to learn that?
Oh, that one took me like 3 months to learn.
Okay. So it wasn't like an overnight thing because I was about ready to be really impressed that you came back the next day and said, "Here
No,
we go."
no, that was a long work in progress there.
Well, that Guns N' Roses definitely does have a lot of guitar stuff, and you're taking right after them in the footsteps. And as you mentioned, you play guitar for a band. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I play guitar in the Petras, so we're an all-girl band. Um, Basically, like I met with this singer at like a rock festival, and she mentioned she had this idea of like putting together an all-girl group, which is pretty cool because there's honestly no all-girl groups around my area, so it's pretty unique. And yeah, we managed to like track down a bassist, a drummer, and that was about a year ago. We actually like started rehearsing, and then kind of right off the bat we started writing our own stuff. So now we've got 6 originals, and yeah, we're going to be playing a show this Friday actually. So anybody in the area, come check us out. We're playing the Mansion Kingston.
That's awesome. And like I said, you're still kind of new to me, but when I looked on social media and saw that your band is doing really awesome on social media.
Yeah, a lot of that you can thank Brielle, our singer, for that. She's quite excellent with the social media.
Okay. But did you think that your music would take off that fast?
Um, See, like we already have sort of like a base of interest because like I've been doing my own music stuff, and then like our singer has also been doing her own stuff with another band. So we could sort of attract like a lot of our fans that we already had from our own projects into that. But like the response to our live shows has been particularly good, especially like our originals. See, we play like half and half covers and originals now, and people say that like our originals are like we do them better than the covers, which is kind of
Oh,
cool.
wow. Well, that's definitely a compliment when you hear that. And I'd like to hear here on Hank's Corner a little bit of your talents, if you don't mind. I know you said that earlier off air. You got a song called "Rip It" that hasn't been heard before. Let's play that here, if you don't mind.
Yeah, let's do it. Did it cross your mind that you smell like wine? You think I'm blind? I read the text sent to your ex. Now I know just how low you'll really go. One day you'll wake up upon the bed of nails you laid on. One day all your pride is gone. I'm gonna strip it, yeah, strip it. One day there won't be a dawn, no star left to wish upon. One day your whole life is gone. I'm gonna rip it, yeah, rip it. Rip it, yeah, rip it. Now you go on, thinking nothing's wrong. But soon you'll see, no one makes a fool of me. Now it's my turn to watch you burn. I'll strike the match, 'cause liars never learn. One day you'll wake up upon the bed of nails you laid on. One day all your pride's gone. I'm gonna strip it, yeah, strip it. One day there won't be a dawn, no star left to wish upon. One day your whole life is gone. I'm gonna rip it, yeah, rip it. Rip it, yeah, rip it. Gonna tell your friends, gonna show your boss, gonna make you beg, but it's too late, your secret's lost. Gonna tell your mom, your sister too. all the dirt I've got on you. One day you'll wake up upon the bed of nails you laid on. One day all your pride is gone. I'm gonna strip it, yeah, strip it. One day there won't be a dawn, no star left to wish upon. One day your whole life is gone. I'm gonna rip it, yeah, rip it. Rip it, yeah, rip it. I'm gonna rip it, yeah, rip it. I'm gonna rip it, yeah, rip it. Yeah, rip it.
And that was the talented Rogue here on Hank's Corner, brought to you, of course, by the Tiki Cove in Land O'Lakes, Florida. And, that was awesome for many reasons. And you're playing it acoustic style. I would love to definitely get out there and listen to you when you get it all electric up and, rocking out there on the stage. Pretty cool song, and it's got a little bit of something in it with the hook that just I could tell it's going to be stuck in my head. That when I'm done with the interview here, I'm going to have to go back and play it again just so I could rehear the hook. And so that is something that you wrote, correct?
Yeah, so most of the stuff that I play and is going to be on my EP, I've written pretty much entirely myself. That's something I really pride myself on, is the songwriting. Like normally I'll start off with either a catchy lyric idea or like a cool guitar riff, and then I'll just build the song out from there. And I'll write like all the parts, like the guitar parts, the bass, the vocals. I've even recently learned the drums, so I can start writing my own drum parts and stuff too.
You could almost be a one-girl band then.
Yeah, like sort of Prince style.
Oh, that's awesome. And, I noticed while you were playing there, you have your last name on the guitar. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so this guitar is actually a one-of-a-kind instrument. So my father builds guitars, so I was lucky enough to get one of his. Actually, fun story, I built my own guitar from scratch too.
Oh.
Yeah,
And
so in high school, we had a focus program at my school where you could literally just take a semester and design and build your own guitar from scratch. I do have it right here. Do you want to see it?
Sure, bring it out.
Yeah, so prior to building this, I had little knowledge of how to use tools, but I carved it from scratch, like designed the shape and everything custom. There was some very tricky cuts and tricky sanding for the interesting shape I wanted to make, but I'm pretty happy with it. Like, it sounds good. I can play it.
Yeah, well, that's definitely awesome. And you talk about those tricky cuts, because I did a little woodwork, and I guess it was 8th grade, and I was never good with it. My birdhouses and toolboxes came out like they were missing parts or something like that. But you are very talented, not only in the music, but look at that, you put together a great work of art. And do you ever play with that on stage or anything like that?
I've never performed live with it. Yeah, so because of the shape, where to put like the strap is a little bit challenging. So you might notice like I have some things on the back here. That's where the strap goes. Yeah, I want to make a few alterations with it. But once I do, then yeah, it's definitely going to be playable on stage.
Oh, that's definitely cool. And I'm noticing a little bit of a pattern here, and I noticed it on social media too. You like the color red.
Yes. Yes, I've always loved red. I feel like it's just a very bold, very fiery color, and it represents me well.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. That's really awesome. So let's talk a little bit about stuff maybe that doesn't necessarily relate to music, or it could. When you get free time, I don't know if you do, because most musicians don't, but when you get free time, what is it that you're doing?
Yeah, so free time is definitely hard to come by because I also work 2 other jobs other than being a musician.
Hmm.
So I coach gymnastics. I've done gymnastics since I was 5 years old. So
Oh.
yeah, I'm starting to like give back to the community and just coach the next generation of gymnasts. But I also decorate cakes in a bakery too.
Okay, is there anything that you can't do? Because you got a wide variety of things. I mean,
Yeah,
gymnastics,
yeah, I
electric
can't
guitars,
skate.
cakes.
I
Oh,
live
you
in
can't
Canada,
skate?
but I can't ice skate.
Oh, okay, and that's unusual, I guess, for, somebody from Canada, correct?
Yeah, for sure. So I have a friend actually who's taken me out a couple times recently trying to teach me. So it's
Yeah,
been
well yeah, well, it's definitely not easy to learn, and some people do just pick it up, like it's nothing. But I can skate really well going forward, maybe a little bit with the turns. The stopping is the hard part. I'm not very good at stopping, so you
yeah, I
got to hook
haven't
us
gotten that
enough
far
room.
yet.
And so I'm guessing then you're not a hockey fan because of that, or are you?
I like hockey, I like sports, but I'm more of like I enjoy playing the sports rather than watching them. So I don't have like a favorite team or anything like that.
Okay, and I know it's a stereotype about Canada and everybody in Canada like hockey, but I do have to ask that because hockey is one of my favorite sports, that I love watching. I think it's just so, jam packed with action compared to other sports, and
Mhm.
that kind of reminds me of you. You just, feel full action. So I didn't know if that's why you might have liked hockey or not.
Really
Um,
exciting.
It definitely is. And one thing I always have to bring up on my podcast at some point, because I'm a foodie, is I'm always curious about the types of food that's from your area. That if I were to go visit, what would be a good place to eat, and what are some of your favorite foods?
Okay, well, I don't go out to eat that often. I'm
Oh,
pretty into eating like healthy foods and stuff like that. So, yeah, like I'll make a lot of my own. But my favorite food, it's gotta be a dessert. I have a huge sweet tooth.
mm.
So probably creme brulee. That's pretty fun to make, and because you get to use like a little blowtorch, and, like burn the sugar.
Yeah, that definitely looks cool on the shows. That's for sure. I've never tried that myself, but then again, I'm also not a great cook. I like eating other people's food.
It looks fancy. It seems hard to make, but it's pretty easy. I
Oh, well,
recommend you try it.
maybe I gotta try that. I'll have the fire extinguisher nearby just in case. And so we're just barely into 2024. Did you make any resolutions when the year came, or you're one of the people that says I don't do that?
I didn't make any hard resolutions other than this is going to be the year that I release my music. Because I've been thinking about it for quite a few years, like, oh, maybe this is going to be the year, this is going to be the year. But no, like I have a few finished recordings now of my songs, and this is the year.
Okay. And they say a lot of people make their resolutions, and within the first month, it's always broken. The majority of the people have it that way. But I think you're going to be successful. So we can't wait for that, album to come out. And of course, on my page, I'm always promoting the New Music Friday. So when that comes out, you have to let me know so I can make sure I include it on the New Music Friday post.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Petras are also going to be releasing our first single. We've already shot a music video and everything for that. It's pretty cool. I won't give away too much, but there is a nice classic blue convertible car in it.
Okay. Well, we'll definitely be looking for that. Like I said, send it my way. We'll get it out there, post for the fans. But before we leave, I was hoping that maybe you could play one more song for us.
Oh, for sure. I'm gonna play this song called "What About Yesterday." It's sort of a nostalgic song. See if you like it. Waiting at the crossroads, looking to find something inside takes me back to a better place than my headspace. The world may change, but I don't want to. I don't want to. We should stay just me and you, me and you, me and you. We'll watch the world go. Oh, and we'll say, what about yesterday? Yesterday, hey, hey, hey. What about yesterday? Yesterday, hey, 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 hey. Don't throw it all away. all the way. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. What about yesterday? Yesterday, hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Once it's broke, it's never the same, never the same. Who's to blame? Living in a world so goddamn lame. Play the game just to stay sane. The world may change, but I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to. We should stay just me and you. Me and you. Me and you. We'll watch the world go. Oh, and we'll say, what about yesterday? Yesterday, hey, hey, hey. What about yesterday? Yesterday, hey, hey, hey. Don't throw it all away. All the way, hey, hey. What about yesterday? Yesterday, hey, hey. Waiting on tomorrow, wasting today, thinking about the times of yesterday. Wasting my days away.
And that was What About Yesterday by the Talented Rogue here on Hank's Corner. And so tell us about this producer that you've been working with.
Yeah, so I don't know if you know the band Glass Tiger. Yeah, it's a big Canadian band from the 80s and all that. So the drummer is actually Michael Hansen. He's been producing my music. He's been absolutely wonderful to work with. He's been like adding little things to my songs that like I wouldn't have thought of, like little extra hooks and things like that. So
Yeah, and that's great because it's sometimes tough to find the right person that you gel with in the music industry. Sometimes it starts out as it's okay, then it becomes a business transaction, and it doesn't end well. But it's good when you find the person that you kind of mesh with, and can bounce ideas off, and make yourself a better artist in both ways.
for sure, yeah, because like he allows me to like write all my own stuff and then just take the suggestions that I want that he gives me.
Well, that's great. It's always good to have that good support system. And so, one of the things that I like to do, I'm always going around social media finding different artists that potentially can have on the show. But for you in your area, are there particular entertainers, artists, musicians that we should be on the lookout for?
Yes, there's a few. I would check out Avalon Stone. I know she's just released a new song. I would check out Villavant too. She's got an amazing rock voice. Harmon Ease are also really excellent. Really good group of guys there.
And Rogue, I'm so happy and thankful that you were willing to put out some of this music here. Give us a little sneak peek of what you got going on there. It's definitely an honor when musicians kind of do that. And you mentioned you're going to be, playing out and about there in your area. But given any opportunity, where would you like to play the most?
Oh, I would love to play LA. Like
Okay.
I'm always reading musician biographies by like my favorite artists, and I've heard so much about like the Sunset Strip in LA and like all those classic venues. So anywhere in LA would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And of course, if you ever want to make it down to Florida, let us know. We'll try to get you hooked up here. And, I definitely appreciate you coming on the show. I wish you all the best for 2024. I think you're going to make those resolutions come true. So, everybody, make sure that you follow her on social media. I have it listed here below. We got her Facebook, Instagram, and website. Please make sure you go and follow her and be looking for the new music. And like I said, Rogue, if you ever want to be a guest on Hank's Corner, you're more than welcome to do so.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.